chosen one. You are not here by accident. This moment was arranged by divine timing and sealed before you ever pressed play. Heaven is alerting your spirit because you are standing at the edge of a supernatural shift. What feels like pressure is not confusion, it is preparation. What feels intense is not madness, it is activation. Anointed One. God is releasing a transfer that will move you from survival into overflow, from delay into divine provision. As Scripture says, when the shaking comes, only what is built on the rock remains. Stay steady. Guard your spirit. What is coming will require discipline, clarity, and faith. Receive this word and prepare your heart. Chosen One, hear me carefully. What you are sensing right now is not random emotion, and it is not weakness. It is pressure from heaven. I remember a season in my own life when everything inside me felt louder than the world around me. My thoughts were racing, my sleep was broken, my emotions were sharp, and yet nothing externally had changed. I thought something was wrong with me until I realized something was aligning with me. That is where you are now. This moment is not meant to break you. It is meant to position you. Chosen. One, heaven is intervening. When God moves quickly, the human nervous system feels it first. That is why He is telling you to control yourself. Not because you are failing, but because you are being entrusted. Sudden acceleration requires stability. Sudden elevation requires restraint. If you cannot govern your inner world, you will sabotage what God is releasing into your outer world. Anointed One. This is the kind of moment Scripture hints at when it says that promotion does not come from the east or the west, but from God alone. What is approaching you does not come through normal channels. It bypasses systems, resumes, approval, and permission. It comes through alignment. That is why your emotions are being stirred. God is adjusting your internal posture so you can carry external increase. Let me speak plainly. There is a supernatural financial shift connected to this season, not fantasy wealth, not reckless abundance, but provision with assignment. Resource with responsibility, money that moves because it has somewhere to go. I have learned this the hard way. Every time God increased my capacity, He first increased my sensitivity. The more He trusted me, the more intense the inner refinement became. If I reacted emotionally, I delayed provision. If I stayed disciplined, doors opened that I did not knock on. Chosen One. What you are feeling is the stretching of capacity. Heaven does not pour new wine into old containers. That pressure you feel in your chest, that restlessness, that sense of urgency, is God expanding the vessel. You are not going mad. You are being prepared to hold more without losing yourself. This is why control matters. Control does not mean suppression. It means mastery. You are learning to feel deeply without acting impulsively. You are learning to sense much without speaking prematurely. You are learning to hold fire without burning everything around you. That is maturity. That is authority. I need you to understand this clearly. Many people miss their breakthrough because they mistake intensity for danger. They panic when heaven accelerates. They vent, overshare, self-sabotage, or chase distractions to quiet the pressure. I have done that before, and every time I paid for it in delay. But the seasons when I stayed grounded, prayed quietly, guarded my reactions, and moved slowly while God moved fast, those seasons changed my life permanently. Anointed One. This wave is global, but your response is personal. God is not asking you to fix the world. He is asking you to steward yourself. Control your words, control your reactions, control your spending, control your focus. These are not random instructions. They are protection. When increase comes suddenly, anything unmanaged becomes dangerous. There is a reason you are being called inward before you are sent outward. There is a reason silence feels necessary. There is a reason certain people suddenly feel draining. God is narrowing your field of influence so your energy is not wasted before the transfer arrives. Chosen one, I want you to breathe here. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing is slipping away. What is meant for you cannot miss you, but it can be mishandled. That is why discipline is the doorway. Calm is the key. Stillness is strength. This season is teaching you how to stand steady while heaven shifts around you. The madness is not the enemy. Reaction is. Fear is. Impulsiveness is. If you remain centered, what is coming will not overwhelm you. It will elevate you. Stay here with me. Chosen one. Now I want to take you deeper, because what you are experiencing has markers. Heaven always leaves evidence. God does not move vaguely. When a divine transfer is approaching, there are patterns that repeat across lives, across history, and across scripture. Once you recognize them, fear loses its grip and clarity takes its place. One of the first signs is internal acceleration. You feel like time has changed speed. Days feel heavier. Decisions feel weightier. You sense urgency without panic. This is not anxiety. Anxiety scatters. This urgency sharpens. I remember a season when ordinary choices suddenly felt sacred. What I watched, who I spoke to, how I spent money, how I rested. Everything mattered more. That was not pressure from life. That was alignment with heaven. Chosen one. When God is about to release provision, he first cleans up leaks. You may notice old habits losing their appeal. Conversations you once tolerated now exhaust you. Certain environments feel wrong overnight. This is not you becoming difficult. This is you becoming precise. Heaven is reducing friction, so momentum is not wasted when movement begins. Another sign is emotional amplification. Joy feels higher. Sadness feels deeper. Irritation surfaces quickly. This is not instability. This is sensitivity. When God tunes an instrument, the strings tighten. What you feel now is calibration. You are learning how to sense without being ruled by sensation. This is why control is being emphasized. Not control imposed on you, but control formed within you. Anointed one. I want to share something personal. The most significant financial breakthrough of my life did not come when I was shouting faith. It came when I was quiet, disciplined, and consistent. I was tempted to react emotionally to delays, to speak out of frustration, to make impulsive moves. Every time I resisted that urge, something unseen was being secured. Looking back, the restraint was more important than the action. This is how divine wealth works. It responds to order. It flows toward clarity. It rests where stewardship already exists. That is why God is watching how you manage stress before he increases supply, how you manage emotions before he increases influence, how you manage silence before he increases voice. Chosen one, there is also a relational sign. You may feel misunderstood right now, not rejected but misread. People may sense that you are changing but cannot name how. Some will pull closer, others will quietly fall away. Do not make announcements. Do not explain. Let alignment speak for itself. When God is about to elevate you, he simplifies your circle. This is where many lose control. They try to correct perceptions. They try to hold on to relationships that no longer fit. They try to carry everyone into the next season. I learned that the hard way. Every time I dragged old attachments forward, I delayed arrival. Every time I trusted God with separation, provision followed. There is also a mental sign. Your thoughts are becoming sharper. You see patterns you once missed. You sense when something is off, even if it looks good on the surface. This is discernment activating. With it comes responsibility. You must slow down. Discernment is not meant to rush you. It is meant to protect you from moving too early. Chosen. 1. Hear this clearly. Divine acceleration does not mean reckless speed. It means fewer detours. God removes distractions so movement can be clean. That is why patience is being demanded of you. Patience is not delay. It is precision. You may also notice strange resistance around rest. Your body wants stillness, but your mind wants answers. This is where surrender is learned. Not passive surrender, but active trust. There were nights when I did not understand what God was doing, but I chose rest anyway. And every time I rested, instead of forcing clarity, peace returned before answers did. That peace was proof I was still aligned. Anointed. 1 scripture says, "Those who wait on the Lord renew their strength." Waiting is not inactivity. It is alignment without agitation. You are being trained to stay steady, even when you cannot see the next step yet. That steadiness is what allows sudden opportunity to be handled wisely when it appears. This season is not about proving faith publicly. It is about practicing obedience privately. Control yourself means choose responses carefully. Choose words slowly. Choose actions deliberately. Choose faith over reaction. I need you to understand this. The madness will peak just before the shift. Pressure increases right before release. Confusion rises right before clarity locks in. That is not coincidence. That is compression before expansion. Chosen one, do not fear this intensity. Respect it. Steward it. It is preparing you for something that will change how you live, how you give, and how you serve. Stay with me. Chosen one. I want you to settle into this moment, because what you are walking through right now is not meant to be rushed or escaped. It is meant to be inhabited. Many people want the breakthrough without the bearing, the blessing without the burden, the reward without the refinement. But you are not many people. You are being trained to carry weight without collapsing. Let me speak honestly. The reason God keeps repeating control yourself is because power without control destroys its owner. I have seen it. I have lived close to it. People prayed for overflow, influence, money, visibility, only to fall apart when it arrived because their inner world was still unmanaged. Heaven is not cruel. God will not hand you something that will undo you. That is why this inner discipline matters more than the outer miracle. Chosen one. The madness you feel is not disorder. It is overflow meeting limited structure. When water rises, weak walls show first. That does not mean the water is bad. It means the walls need reinforcement. God is reinforcing you now. This is where grounding becomes sacred. Simple actions become anchors. Eating intentionally, sleeping when you can, walking slowly, breathing deeply, turning off noise. These are not distractions from spirituality. They are expressions of wisdom. I learned this during a season when everything spiritual felt intense and everything practical felt dull. I thought ignoring the physical would make me more spiritual. It did the opposite. When I started honoring my body, my spirit became clearer. Anointed one. God works through wholeness, not neglect. Your body is not in the way of the calling. It is the container for it. That is why fatigue shows up when spiritual activity increases. It is not punishment. It is a signal to pace yourself. You are also being taught emotional restraint. Not denial, not pretending, but discernment. You do not need to react to everything you feel. Feelings are information, not instructions. If I had acted on every surge of emotion during my most intense seasons, I would have burned bridges that later became doorways. Chosen one. This is where silence becomes strength. Not every realization needs to be shared. Not every insight needs validation. Some revelations are meant to mature inside you before they ever leave your mouth. When God trusts you with something big, He often asks you to keep it quiet until you can carry it without leaking it. This is also why temptation increases. Distraction looks appealing. Old comforts call louder. The enemy does not need to stop you if he can just hurry you. Rush decisions undo careful preparation. Emotional spending, emotional speaking, emotional commitments. These are subtle traps during spiritual acceleration. I want to tell you something I wish someone had told me earlier. When breakthrough is near, boredom and restlessness often appear together. You feel like something should be happening, so you try to make something happen. That is where control is tested. Can you stay steady when heaven is silent but active? Can you remain faithful when movement is unseen? Chosen one, you are learning how to trust without proof. That trust becomes the foundation for authority. Anyone can believe when results are visible. Few can remain composed when the shift is invisible but imminent. There is also a refining of motives happening. God is aligning your desire for blessing with your willingness to serve. Wealth without purpose corrodes. Influence without humility isolates. God is ensuring that what comes through you does not end with you. This is why compassion is being awakened in you. You feel others more deeply now, their pain, their confusion, their hunger. That sensitivity is not weakness. It is assignment. But sensitivity must be paired with boundaries. You are not called to carry everyone's weight. You are called to stand steady so others can find stability near you. Chosen one, do not confuse empathy with responsibility. You can care without collapsing. You can help without hemorrhaging. Control yourself means know where you end and where others begin. I need you to hear this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not regressing. You are not losing clarity. You are not unstable. You are in transition. And transitions feel chaotic before they feel clear. This season is forging patience, discernment, humility, and authority simultaneously. That combination is rare. That is why few walk this path consciously. Many resist it. You are not resisting. You are listening. Remain grounded. Remain quiet when needed. Remain disciplined even when emotions surge. This madness is not here to consume you. It is here to shape you, and when it passes, you will notice something unmistakable. You will still feel deeply, but you will no longer be ruled by feeling. You will move calmly in situations that once overwhelmed you. You will recognize opportunities without chasing them. You will receive without panic. That is how you will know the work is complete. The storm will have passed, but the strength it carved into you will remain. Chosen one. There is a deeper layer unfolding now, and it has to do with timing. Divine timing does not rush, but it does move suddenly. One moment nothing seems to change, and the next moment everything rearranges. This is why God has been training your restraint. Sudden favor requires a steady spirit. Sudden provision requires a quiet mind. Sudden promotion requires a disciplined heart. I want you to understand something from lived experience. Every time God moved me into a new level, there was a window where my reactions mattered more than my prayers. I prayed often, yes, but what preserved the blessing was how I handled pressure, who I spoke to when confused, how I spent money when uncertain, whether I stayed faithful when bored. These small choices became the hinges on which large doors swung open. Chosen one. What is approaching you is not fragile, but it is precise. Precision demands alignment. That is why you are being slowed internally, even as destiny accelerates externally. Heaven is synchronizing you. Your thoughts, emotions, habits, and expectations are being brought into agreement so that when the transfer arrives, there is no inner conflict. This is also why obedience feels highlighted right now. Simple instructions feel heavy. Rest when tired. Give when prompted. Say no when something feels off. Speak less, listen more. These are not random impressions. They are protective measures. I learned this when I ignored small nudges and paid for it in delay. I also learned that when I obeyed quietly, outcomes changed without explanation. Anointed One, divine wealth responds to wisdom. It follows those who respect timing. God is not just giving you resources, He is entrusting you with influence, with reach, with impact. Influence without discipline ruins character. That is why character is being shaped first. You may notice that your tolerance for chaos is decreasing. Loud environments drain you. Drama repels you. Emotional volatility feels unsafe. This is not you becoming distant. This is you becoming ordered. Order attracts heaven. Chaos repels clarity. God is teaching you how to maintain peace regardless of environment, so that when responsibility increases, stability remains. There is also a testing of loyalty happening. Loyalty to truth over comfort. Loyalty to calling over convenience. Loyalty to God over approval. You may be tempted to compromise slightly just to ease tension. Do not. Small compromises weaken spiritual authority. Integrity strengthens it. Chosen one. I need to say this gently but clearly. Not everyone who cheers you now will celebrate you later. Not everyone who benefits from your kindness will understand your boundaries. That is why God is teaching you to move without seeking affirmation. Approval addiction is expensive. It costs you clarity, it costs you peace, it costs you timing. I remember a moment when I had to choose between being understood and being obedient. I chose obedience, and misunderstanding followed. But so did provision, so did peace, so did alignment. God will often allow misunderstanding to protect you from premature exposure. What is hidden matures faster than what is displayed too early. Anointed One, you are also being trained in generosity without attachment, giving without control, serving without depletion. This is crucial for the transfer you are approaching. Divine increase is not meant to trap you, it is meant to flow through you. God is ensuring that your heart remains open even as your hands become full. This season is also refining your discernment with opportunities. Not every open door is yours. Not every offer is alignment. Excitement does not equal assignment. I have learned to pause even when something looks perfect. If peace is missing, I wait. And every time I waited, clarity followed. Control yourself sometimes means delaying action even when opportunity knocks loudly. Chosen one, patience is becoming a weapon in your hands. While others rush, you remain steady. While others react, you observe. While others panic, you breathe. This composure is not natural. It is cultivated, and it is rare. That rarity is what qualifies you for what is coming. Let me tell you something important. The final moments before a breakthrough often feel anticlimactic. Silence increases, movement slows. You may even question whether anything is happening at all. This is the quiet before rearrangement. Heaven does its deepest work in silence. Do not fill that silence with noise. Do not fill it with doubt. Do not fill it with comparison. Stay present. Stay disciplined. Stay receptive. chosen one. The madness you were warned about is losing its edge now. What once felt overwhelming is becoming manageable. What once felt chaotic is becoming instructive. That is growth. That is evidence that control is being established within you. You are becoming someone who can feel deeply and still act wisely. Someone who can hold pressure without collapsing. Someone who can receive without losing humility. Someone who can move in power without losing peace. This is the kind of person heaven trusts. Remain steady, remain faithful, remain disciplined. What is aligning with you now will soon become visible. And when it does, you will recognize it not by excitement alone, but by peace settling deeply within you. That peace will confirm that the transfer did not just arrive. It landed safely. Chosen one, as this season continues to unfold, something subtle but powerful is happening inside you. You are no longer just enduring the pressure. You are learning how to move within it. That is the difference between survival and mastery. At first, the intensity felt like something happening to you. Now it is becoming something you can navigate. This is where identity settles, not the identity you speak about, but the one you operate from. I have learned that true authority does not announce itself. It reveals itself through consistency. When God is preparing someone for increase, He stabilizes their sense of self, so circumstances no longer define them. That is what is happening to you now. Chosen one, you may notice that your reactions are slowing down. You pause where you once reacted. You observe where you once assumed. You choose restraint where you once felt the urge to prove yourself. That is not loss of passion. That is growth of authority. Authority does not need urgency to validate itself. This is especially important as it relates to finances and opportunity. Emotional money decisions are one of the fastest ways people sabotage divine provision. I have watched blessings dissolve because someone spent before listening, committed before discerning, or tried to impress instead of steward. God is training you to separate emotion from action. Feeling inspired does not always mean move immediately. Anointed. One stewardship begins long before abundance shows up. It begins in how you handle what you already have: time, attention, energy, trust. If these are managed with care, money follows naturally. Heaven entrusts resources to those who already demonstrate order in smaller things. You are also being taught how to stand alone without feeling lonely. This is a critical distinction. Solitude refines. Isolation weakens. God is drawing you into quiet, not to remove you from people, but to anchor you within yourself. When your center is strong, no external noise can destabilize you. I remember a season when invitations slowed down, conversations became shallow, and distractions fell away. At first, I thought I was being left behind. Later, I realized I was being set apart. The silence was not absence, it was preparation. That same recalibration is happening to you. Chosen one, control yourself, also means control your inner dialogue. What you tell yourself in quiet moments matters more than what others say aloud. If your inner voice is harsh, rushed, or fearful, it will distort discernment. God is teaching you to speak to yourself with truth, patience, and trust. This is also where faith matures. Early faith needs reassurance. Mature faith needs alignment. You no longer need constant signs to keep going. You move because you know. That knowing may not always feel exciting, but it is stable. Stability is what holds weight. You may also notice that certain desires are changing. What once excited you now feels empty. What once seemed small now feels meaningful. This is refinement of appetite. God adjusts desire before he supplies fulfillment. When appetite is aligned, satisfaction follows. Chosen one. You are being prepared not just to receive, but to retain. Many can receive blessing, few can sustain it. Sustaining requires rhythm, rest, boundaries, discernment, humility. These are not glamorous traits, but they are essential. I want to say this clearly. Do not rush the ending of this season. Do not wish it away. What you are learning now will protect you later. Every pause, every delay, every moment of restraint is adding strength to your foundation. There is also a deepening of trust happening between you and God. Not trust based on outcomes, but trust based on character. You are learning that even when things feel unclear, God remains consistent. That trust becomes your anchor when visibility is limited. Chosen one. You're no longer easily swayed by external opinions. Compliments do not inflate you. Criticism does not crush you. This emotional neutrality is not indifference, it is grounding. It allows you to move freely without being pulled off course by approval or resistance. This is especially important because visibility often increases after preparation. When attention comes, stability must already exist. God is ensuring that when eyes turn toward you, your feet remain planted. I want you to notice something. The fear that once accompanied this madness is diminishing. Curiosity replaces it. Calm replaces urgency. Discernment replaces confusion. These are signs that control is no longer external. It is internal. Chosen one, you are becoming someone who can walk through intensity without absorbing it. Someone who can be present without being consumed. Someone who can receive without grasping. That is readiness. This season is not about proving worth. It is about embodying it. You are not trying to become someone else. You are becoming more fully yourself, refined, steady, and aligned. Hold this posture. Stay grounded. Stay disciplined. Stay open. What is coming does not need you to be perfect. It needs you to be present and prepared. And you are. Chosen one. There is a quiet strength forming in you now, and it shows up when you are not trying to control outcomes, only your alignment. This is the phase where pressure no longer feels like an enemy. It feels like information. You are learning how to read what is happening without reacting to it. That skill will protect you more than any strategy ever could. I want to ground this in something real. There was a time when I thought clarity meant having answers. I later learned clarity means knowing how to wait without unraveling. When you can remain composed while things are unresolved, you are operating from trust rather than fear. That is the posture heaven responds to. Not panic, not force. Trust. Chosen one. This season is teaching you how to hold space. Space for uncertainty, space for growth, space for outcomes you cannot yet name. Many people try to fill that space with noise, activity, or control. You are being trained to honor it. Space is where God speaks most clearly. Space is where alignment locks in. You may notice that your instincts are becoming quieter, but more accurate. You do not feel the need to justify every decision. You do not need to explain every pause. When something is right, you feel settled. When something is wrong, you feel resistance without drama. This is discernment maturing. It does not shout. It steadies. Anointed one. This is also where self-trust is rebuilt. Not arrogance, not independence from God, but confidence that you can listen, wait, and respond wisely. That confidence is essential for the level of responsibility being prepared for you. When provision increases, decisions multiply. If you do not trust yourself to move calmly, stress will consume what was meant to bless you. I want to speak directly about fear. Fear does not disappear all at once. It loses influence gradually. You may still feel moments of uncertainty, but they no longer dominate your choices. Fear becomes background noise instead of the steering wheel. That shift is subtle but powerful. This is where many people misjudge themselves. They expect fearlessness to feel bold. In reality, fearlessness feels quiet. It feels like steady breathing. It feels like choosing rest over rumination. It feels like not needing to check outcomes constantly. That is the strength being built in you now. Chosen one. There is also a recalibration of ambition happening. You still desire growth, provision, and impact, but the urgency to prove yourself is fading. You are learning to move from purpose instead of pressure. That shift protects you from burnout and disappointment. Purpose sustains. Pressure drains. I remember a season when I chased what looked like opportunity, only to feel empty afterward. Later, when I waited and moved from peace, results came with less effort and more satisfaction. That is the difference alignment makes. God is teaching you that ease does not mean lack of effort. It means lack of resistance. You are also becoming more selective with energy. You no longer give your attention to every demand. You choose what deserves your focus. This is not selfishness. It is stewardship. Attention is currency. Where you spend it determines what grows. Chosen one. This matters deeply for the transfer you are approaching. Increase requires focus. Scatter drains momentum. God is narrowing your focus not to limit you, but to strengthen you. When power is concentrated, it moves mountains. When it is spread thin, it dissipates. You may also notice that old fears resurface briefly, almost like echoes. This does not mean you are regressing. It means they are losing relevance. When something is no longer in control, it tries to be noticed one last time. Do not engage it. Observe it. Let it pass. Anointed one, trust your progress even when it feels quiet. Loud change is obvious. Deep change is subtle. You are changing at a structural level. Your responses, your expectations, your boundaries, your sense of worth. These are foundational shifts. This is also a season where gratitude becomes grounding, not forced positivity, but recognition. You notice small provisions, subtle protections, timely delays. These are not coincidences. They are evidence that you are being guided carefully. Chosen one. The more you recognize guidance, the less anxious you become about outcomes. You stop scanning for threats and start noticing support. That awareness creates peace. Peace creates clarity. Clarity attracts alignment. You are not being rushed into anything. You are being shaped for something. That shaping happens quietly, steadily, intentionally. The madness that once felt overwhelming has done its work. It stirred, it revealed, it refined. Now steadiness is replacing intensity, not because the assignment is small, but because you are stronger. Remain in this posture, calm, disciplined, attentive. Let actions come from clarity, not urgency. Let decisions arise from peace, not pressure. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything. You are becoming someone who can receive without shaking, move without forcing, and lead without losing yourself. That is readiness. Chosen one. There comes a moment when preparation quietly shifts into readiness. It does not announce itself. It settles. You begin to sense that nothing more needs to be forced. You are not waiting for permission anymore. You are waiting with permission. That difference changes how you stand, how you speak, how you decide. This is where trust becomes embodied. Not something you say, but something you live from. You are no longer scanning the horizon for signs of failure. You are anchored in the knowing that whatever unfolds, you will meet it steady. That confidence is not pride, it is alignment. I want to ground this in real life. There was a point when I realized I was no longer reacting to uncertainty with urgency. Bills still existed. Questions still lingered. But panic had left the room. When panic leaves, wisdom enters. And when wisdom enters, provision follows more smoothly than you expect. Chosen one, you are beginning to move from effort into flow. Flow does not mean ease without responsibility. It means effort without resistance. You still show up, you still act, but you are no longer pushing against yourself. That internal agreement is what allows things to come together externally. This is also where your relationship with control matures. You stop trying to manage outcomes and focus on managing posture. How you show up, how you listen, how you respond. When posture is right, outcomes tend to follow naturally. Anointed one, you may notice that decisions feel simpler now, not easier, but clearer. You know what aligns and what does not, without lengthy internal debate. This clarity is a gift. It comes from all the restraint you practiced when things were uncertain. Now, discernment moves faster because trust is established. There is also a softening happening, not weakness, but openness. You are less guarded yet more protected, less defensive yet more secure. That balance allows connection without compromise. You can engage without losing center. That is maturity. Chosen one. This is important for what you will steward. Influence requires approachability. Authority requires stability. You are learning how to hold both at once. When people sense safety in you, doors open naturally. Trust attracts opportunity faster than ambition ever could. You may also feel a renewed sense of purpose, not loud but steady. It does not demand attention. It guides decisions quietly. Purpose at this level does not need motivation. It moves through commitment. You show up because it is who you are, not because you need to feel inspired. This is where gratitude deepens. You are not grateful because everything is perfect. You are grateful because you can see how far you have come. You recognize the strength you did not have before. You notice how situations that once overwhelmed you now pass through without derailing you. Chosen one, let that recognition settle. It is evidence of transformation. You are no longer defined by intensity. You are defined by steadiness. And steadiness is what sustains blessing. Remain present. Remain disciplined. Remain open. What has been prepared for you does not require urgency to arrive. It responds to readiness. And you are ready. Chosen one. This is where everything settles into truth. Not the dramatic truth that arrives with noise, but the quiet truth that remains when everything else falls away. You are no longer in the phase of being shaped. You are in the phase of being entrusted. And entrustment feels different than anticipation. It carries weight, calm, and responsibility at the same time. There is something important you must recognize. The madness you were warned about did its work. It exposed what needed healing. It revealed what needed discipline. It stripped away what could not come with you. And now what remains is solid. That solidity is not accidental. It was built intentionally through restraint, patience, and obedience in moments no one else saw. Chosen one, heaven does not reward noise. It rewards alignment, and alignment has been forming in you quietly. Your reactions changed before your circumstances did. Your thinking stabilized before your provision increased. Your discernment sharpened before your visibility expanded. That order matters. God always secures the inside before he enlarges the outside. This is why peace has become your confirmation. Not excitement, not urgency. Peace. Peace that does not depend on answers. Peace that remains even when outcomes are not yet visible. That peace is not passive, it is powerful. It means you are no longer driven by fear or pulled by impulse. You are led, anointed. One leadership at this level does not demand attention. It attracts trust. People may not fully understand what you carry, but they will feel steadiness near you. That steadiness becomes influence. Influence becomes opportunity. Opportunity becomes responsibility. And responsibility becomes legacy. I want to speak clearly about provision here. Divine provision does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it unfolds through alignment that opens pathways you did not plan. A conversation that shifts direction. A delay that protects you. A decision that costs you short-term comfort but secures long-term stability. When provision arrives this way, it lasts. Chosen one, you are now able to receive without gripping. You can hold blessing without fear of losing it. That alone sets you apart. Fear-based stewardship suffocates flow. Trust-based stewardship sustains it. You are learning to steward from trust. There will still be moments of challenge. Growth does not end. But challenges will no longer destabilize you. They will inform you. You will adjust instead of panic. You will respond instead of react. You will pause instead of rush. That is mastery. This is also where your relationship with God deepens into partnership. Not asking constantly for direction, but moving in conversation. Listening, responding, resting, acting. There is a rhythm now. That rhythm protects you from burnout and keeps you aligned with purpose. Chosen one, remember this. What is entrusted to you is not meant to isolate you or elevate you above others. It is meant to position you as a stabilizing presence. Someone who carries peace into chaos, wisdom into confusion, order into uncertainty. That is why your control was refined. That is why your discipline was strengthened. You are not here to escape the world. You are here to move through it, anchored. As this season unfolds, do not rush to label outcomes. Let things reveal themselves fully. Stay grounded in the habits that sustained you during preparation. Rest, reflection, discernment, boundaries, gratitude. These are not temporary tools. They are permanent supports. Chosen one, you do not need to announce what is happening. Let fruit speak. Let consistency speak. Let peace speak. What is meant to be recognized will be recognized without effort. There will come moments when you look back and realize how much changed without you forcing any of it. That realization will deepen humility and strengthen trust. Humility keeps you teachable. Trust keeps you steady. You have crossed something internally. You may not have words for it yet, but you feel it. A calm certainty, a grounded confidence, a quiet readiness. That is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of stewardship. Stand firm, stay present, continue walking with intention. What has been entrusted to you now will unfold in ways that honor the work done within you. And you will recognize it not by chaos, but by peace, holding steady as everything aligns around you. Chosen one, as this moment comes to rest, receive this truth with reverence. What you have just walked through was not information, it was impartation. Heaven has been moving as you listened. What stirred inside you was not emotion alone, it was alignment. You are standing in your Kairos moment, the exact window God appointed for awakening, for restraint, and for release. Anointed One, the transfer is already in motion. What was prepared in silence is now activating in the unseen. You are not late. You are not behind. You are precisely where you are meant to be. Stay anchored. Stay disciplined. Stay faithful. The same God who allowed the storm has ensured your footing will not slip. I speak peace over your mind, clarity over your decisions, and strength over your spirit. May discernment guard your steps, and wisdom govern your responses. May provision meet you without strain, and favor locate you without pursuit. What God is releasing will not overwhelm you, it will establish you. Chosen One, remain aligned with the flow of the anointing. Do not rush. Do not fear. Walk forward with gratitude for what is already unfolding. What manifests next will confirm everything you sensed but could not yet see. And if this word resonated in your spirit, honor it quietly. You may leave a sign of agreement in the comments or share this message with another chosen soul who needs confirmation. Remain connected if you are led to, and stay attentive to what God continues to reveal. Stand firm. Stay ready. Heaven has marked this moment. Your transformation is sealed.